morning and welcome to Western Chester County Checks In. I'm your host, Justin Chan. We are coming to you live from our offices in the Lucan's Executive Office Building in downtown Coatesville. It is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. We have a great show for you today, including a member minute segment from Blue Dog Printing in Westchester. We have a community update from the city of Coatesville, the city manager, James Logan. We have a partner spotlight on First Resource Bank, and we have another member minute segment on the Harrison House of Chester County. But first, we wanted to tell you about some upcoming chamber events, including one that's this week. We have a ribbon cutting at Creation Cottage, which is in the Midway Arts Building. That's this Thursday at 4:30. Our next event is the Future Focus Community Showcase event. That's at Victory Parksburg on Wednesday, May 5th at 8 a.m. And then we have another ribbon cutting in town. A lot of exciting things happening in town these days. That's going to be at Midway Arches, St. Cecilia's. That's an event space, and that will be at 4:30 on Wednesday, May 26th. Both of those ribbon cutting events are free, but you do need to register. You can visit our website for those details, westernchestercounty.com. It's time for our Member Minute segment this week. Ashley Pierce, our new Member Engagement Specialist with the Chamber, and I had a chance to go out to Blue Dog Printing and Design in Westchester to find out a little bit more about their business and what they do for us.
Thanks, Justin. I'm Ashley Pierce from the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce. We're here today at Blue Dog Printing and Design in Westchester to check out the business and meet with owners Bill and Debbie. Debbie tells us a little bit about the history of the business.
I was 23 years old and started a design company called Designing Right. And then 7 years later, my husband Bill said, what if we had a printing company that we could print all the things that you design? And I thought that was a crazy idea, and here we are. So in 2003, Blue Dog Printing and Design was born.
Bill tells us about his role in the business and how he got involved.
After college, I worked for a little company called Wawa. And was with them for about 13 years. And I went back to school, and I was getting my master's degree in history, and I was reading about how different companies back in the 1890s, if they had steel, they would then take control of the railroads and things like that. And I started thinking, well, Debbie does all of this graphic design, but then what happens to the job when she's done with it? Why can't we take that and complete the job? So I came up with the idea of starting a printing company. And we took Debbie's skill and Debbie's established business and rolled it into this and created Blue Dog Printing and Design.
Blue Dog is a full-service printing and design company.
We can take a project anywhere from concept to completion, starting with graphic design, moving on to printing posters, doing mailings, postcards, yard signs, banners, flyers, brochures, if I didn't already say that, anything printed. And about 8-9 years ago, we acquired a promotional products company where we sell now pens, mugs, hats, whole lines of apparel as well.
Bill talks about how every project is done in-house for their business.
We have two big digital presses, both Konica presses, that we run exclusively here at Blue Dog Printing and Design. One of them we purchased right before COVID, and it actually has full booklet making capabilities. So we just press a button and out pops program book, which we do a lot of. Typically during Christmas time, we print thousands and thousands of Nutcracker brochures and programs. Didn't do a whole lot this year, but we're hoping that in the future we'll get back to that. We also have a giant poster machine. It prints out posters. It also prints out banners. And it cuts things out as it prints, which is pretty cool.
Debbie explains the importance of using a professional printer for your business.
Canva is my enemy. Canva is great, and it does a nice job. It's just difficult to get a file from Canva to print correctly for us because it wasn't designed necessarily for that. But I'll take Vistaprint as an example. People order something from Vistaprint, and it's inexpensive, and they get it 10 days later, and then the color's not right. And then they try to get back to customer service and get their color right, and it could be 3 or 4 times. Whereas locally, you can come here, when you call, we answer the phone. It's not an automated system. Someone human answers the phone, and you can go online and order a banner. But if you call and say, I'm looking for a banner, I'm going to ask you, how are you using the banner? How long is it going to be up for? Are you putting it on a fence? We need to put on wind slits. How are you hanging it? So we ask more of the questions and get you what you really need rather than something that you're going to have to make work.
Blue Dog is very involved with their local community.
The most rewarding part of owning a small business is being part of a community. And Chester County is just such a great place to live and work. So we really take pride in getting involved with our community. Debbie and I are both in different Rotary clubs. I'm a past president of the Rotary Club of Westchester, and Debbie's the president-elect of the Passport Rotary Club of Westchester.
They are longtime members of our chamber, and they get a lot of value out of their membership.
Networking events at the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce are just fantastic. We went to one right before COVID started, and it was a fantastic event at Victory Brewing, and we walked away with 3 solid leads, all of which turned into business because the members like working with each other. So it's just such a great organization to be a part of.
We thank Blue Dog Printing for their continued involvement in the chamber, and we thank them for showing us their facility. Reporting for Western Chester County Checks In, this is Ashley Pierce. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Ashley, and thanks to Blue Dog Printing for letting us visit. If you'd like to have your business or nonprofit featured on our show and you're a chamber member, we'd love to have you. Reach out to our communication coordinator, Rachel. She can be reached at the email you see on the screen there, rachel@westernchestercounty.com. For our community update this week, we were out at Ash Park, which is about a block and a half from where I'm sitting right now, to check out some new plans for potential upgrades to the park. We had a chance to speak with James Logan, the city manager of Coatesville, who told us a little bit about some of the upcoming projects that are going on in the city. We were out at Ash Park in downtown Coatesville on Saturday for the unveiling of plans for future park improvements. City Manager James Logan tells us a little more about those plans.
So we're here in Ash Park in the city of Coatesville to witness the unveiling or reveal, so to speak, of 2 concepts for the park. One concept has, basketball courts, amphitheater, kind of water features, and another plan has something totally different. But the idea is to have residents come out today, as well as other stakeholders, and really look at what the new plans are going to be. You may have noticed some more traffic in downtown Coatesville recently as construction projects have resumed. James tells us about some of those projects. Right now, you might see a lot of congestion right up on 30 and 82. That's part of the 30-82 realignment. What that's going to entail is everything from straightening of the road from 1st Avenue across Lincoln Highway, heading south up to South Coatesville and heading north back up to the 30 bypass. That particular completion schedule is going to be for September of this year. And we also are experiencing, or I should say working with PennDOT. They are also working on the 82 box beam work, which a lot of you have probably seen, the nice paved roads coming from the 30 bypass all the way down into the city. Just a lot of exciting things happening there. In addition to that, the city is working on streetscape from 1st to 2nd, and then once 1st to 2nd is completed, you'll see a continuation of the streetscape work to 2nd to 3rd and maybe even 4th. And what we are looking to do is tie everything into the train station. Many of you have been hearing for more than 20 years, the train station is coming, it's coming. Well, we've got news from PennDOT and Amtrak that the bid packet is going to be going out this June, maybe July, but I'll say June. And once the bid packet goes out, everything is complete. Construction work will start in the city of Coatesville, hopefully at the end of this year, if not first quarter of 2022. We also get an update on some of the redevelopment projects that are underway in downtown. So 190 West, as we call it, a project that Sue Springsteen is bringing into the city. First, female-owned Opportunity Zone investor. So we're very proud about that. She was also recently acknowledged for the first Keystone Innovation Zone operator or investor in the city of Coatesville as part of a partnership that we have with the Chester County Economic Development Council. So with that in mind, we are going to be able to attract startup businesses between the years 1 and 5 that can go into a accelerator or incubator type of program, or I should say environment, to build their business and hopefully within the 5-year period, or I think maybe 7-year period, they'll be able to kind of go out and pretty much, you know, be an advanced company. So that's one exciting thing that we have. And then we have a number of investors working on the Gateway project, which we're looking at restaurants coming into the city on both sides, on the north side and west side, right around First Avenue. In addition to that, we have investors coming in purchasing residential property. And all of this is designed to build our community. And I think one of the things that many of our Coatesville residents and viewers know, I'm a big proponent for workforce development programs, and we are working with a number of companies, Urban Outfitter, Morgan, CTDI, to bring more jobs to our community.
Thanks, James, for that update. We look forward to seeing all of these projects come to fruition in the next few years. We were out at Ash Park. It's time for our partner spotlight this week. Our chamber president, Greg Vitry, had a chance to go out to First Resource Bank in Exton to meet with their president and find out a little bit more about the bank.
Thank you, Justin. I'm Greg Vitry, president of the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce. Today we are at the First Resource Bank in Exton. We're going to speak to Lauren Rinaldi, who is the president of the bank. We're going to find out a little bit about the history of First Resource.
We were founded in 2005 by Glenn Marshall, our CEO, and myself. And opening a bank back in 2005 seemed like a totally normal thing to do, right? What was going to happen? The worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. You know, who knew what was coming down the pike? But we survived and thrived, and there were some interesting years along the way. However, at the end of the day, here we are now. We're 16 years old. We are thriving. We've just hit $1 billion in loans that we've granted, all hyper-local, really important milestones. We've done $2 million in donations locally. We've done $1 billion in loans locally. We started the company with 11 employees. Today we're 55. When we think about the jobs that we've created exponentially from the $1 billion of loans that we've done locally, it's a really powerful machine that we've created here. I'm incredibly proud of what we've done here.
When it comes to supporting the local community, First Resource Bank is everywhere. Lauren talks about why it's so important to support the community.
It's a simple formula. When the community thrives, so do we. We take an active role in local organizations because local business owners, our family, our friends are involved in them as well. They're important to the community, they're important to us. When it comes to banking, it's all about relationships. Being involved in local organizations is a great way to earn people's trust. It's a critical part of what we do here at First Resource Bank.
Lauren talks about the decision process on who they decide to support.
We know the hyper-local organizations that we can support and really make a difference versus large national organizations where we would have a much smaller impact. We have employees on the boards of these organizations. We're active not only financially, but also with our time and talent. And we love being a part of the local organizations to really understand what the needs in the community are.
First Resource Bank is very involved in the EITC program.
First Resource Bank got involved in the EITC program a little over 10 years ago, and we saw it as a way to direct our tax dollars to local organizations that would benefit from those dollars directly. It's a great program for a small company to make a big impact. If you make a 2-year commitment to giving, you get a 90% tax credit. It's really an amazingly powerful tool, and you're paying taxes anyway, so why not have a say as to where your tax dollars go? If you do a 1-year commitment, you still get a 75% tax credit, but the 90% tax credit for 2 years is really a powerful tool. It's helped us create donations to scholarship programs as well as local educational improvement organizations. One of the ones right in the Western Chester County's backyard is Parksburg Point. We added them to our list in the past year, and what they've been able to do with kids, giving them a place to hang out after school, maybe some homework help, trying out a new hobby, whether you're interested in sports or not. Lots of different activities there.
Lauren explains to us that you do not have to be a large company to participate in the program.
The application is very simple. It's online. It takes about 15 minutes. I'd be happy to help anyone who would like to get started in the program. And you make the donations after you get your approval, and the paperwork is really very simple. It's really designed for businesses and individuals to participate at all levels. Anyone who's paying taxes in Pennsylvania can benefit.
Lauren explains to us how she initially got into the banking business.
So by background, I'm actually a CPA. I try to do as little accounting as possible these days, but that is how I started. I graduated from Villanova with an accounting degree. I went into public accounting, auditing banks, big banks in the area, Core States, Wilmington Trust, Commerce Bank, none of which are here anymore. I ended up working at a community bank with Glenn Marshall, who was our CEO, and we would often meet in the hallways and say, hey, when we have our own bank, we're not going to do XYZ, or we're going to do ABC. And the long-running hallway joke turned into First Resource Bank. And we took the leap back in 2004, quit our jobs to go open a bank.
The future of First Resource Bank is bright. Lauren talks about the 5-year outlook for the bank.
The future of First Resource Bank is incredibly bright. We don't plan a lot more physical locations, but we are doing a massive technology overhaul this year, which will involve enhanced offerings for both customers and inside the bank to keep things efficient and making things more efficient. To help us keep our overall headcount down, work smarter, not harder, is really the plan for the next 5 years.
First Resource Bank is proud to be the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce's titanium partner.
We are thrilled for the opportunity to be such a significant sponsor for the chamber, and we love attending all the events. It's not just about financial leadership, it's about having feet on the street, feet on the ground, and attending those organizations. That really makes a great impact for the chamber and for us as well. We've gotten a lot out of it, so we would highly recommend anyone to get involved at the chamber.
We'd like to thank First Resource Bank for letting us visit today and their continued support of the Western Chester County Chamber. Reporting for Western Chester County Checks In, I'm Greg Vitry. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Greg, for that report, and thanks to First Resource Bank for the tour and for being our titanium partner with the Chamber. It's time for one more Member Minute segment this week. Rachel and I had a chance to go over to the Harrison House of Chester County.
Thank you, Justin. I am Rachel Cassell with the Chamber of Commerce. Today I'm at Harrison House of Chester County to speak with Kara, who will tell us a little about the history of the community.
Harrison House of Chester County opened in 1982. It was the third community opened by the Harrison family. So it's one of 4 communities operated and owned by Harrison Senior Living. Here we have independent living and personal care, which is similar to assisted living. And our residents enjoy a very active lifestyle with lots of programs to attend, wonderful dining experience, and lots of them already know each other. So we're a little bit of a slice of heaven on the hill in Chester County.
The Harrison House has many great amenities for its residents.
We offer transportation to and from local doctor appointments. We have studio apartments, 1-bedroom apartments, 2-bedroom apartments. We even have a dozen renovated independent living apartments that are 1 bedroom with a den, really great layouts, handicap accessible. Anything you need, we could pretty much find for you here.
Kara gave us a tour of the newly renovated spaces.
So we've recently opened our dining program, and we used our time while we were closed to visitors really wisely here. We actually renovated our entire front lobby, the dining area, and we have added a gym for the residents to continue with their health and wellness journey independently, which is awesome. The dining program not only had an aesthetic change, but we've also started a new dining program where we are offering meals kind of throughout the day, and we have a hostess, so it's really like a restaurant style experience for the residents. So we celebrated the reopening of the dining program with a ribbon cutting ceremony. Our CEO, Harrison Saunders, he's the grandson of our founders. He came and cut the ribbon with our executive director here, Jean Bryan. She's been here for 25 years, so we also celebrated her 25th anniversary.
The residents are very excited to resume group activities post-COVID.
So after a year of not being able to gather in groups, we are now able to have group activities and communal dining again, and it's really exciting. We've had 100% participation from residents for the vaccination, which has been awesome. Residents enjoy activities from early in the morning to after dinner. We have exercise programs, coffee club. We follow all the sports programs. There's a gift shop that's open daily for the residents to go shopping, and we're hoping to be going back out on trips soon.
She told us about her background in senior living.
I am the director of marketing. I've been here, it will be 4 years in September, but I'm no stranger to the senior living space. I am actually celebrating 14 years in the industry. I started as a teenager in the dining room, so I really worked all positions in all departments, and it's been a fun journey.
The Harrison community is actively looking for volunteers and has open employment opportunities.
So now that we are reopening to the community, we are available for tours, volunteer opportunities, and employment. You can check out our website to see all of that information.
The Harrison House has been a part of the Coatesville community for many years. We thank them for letting us tour their facility. I am Rachel Cathell reporting for Western Chester County Checks In. Back to you, Justin.
Thanks, Rachel, and thanks to Harrison House of Chester County for letting us visit their community. So that'll do it for our show today. We encourage you to tune in live for our next episode, which will be on May 5th at 11:30 in the morning. For now, I am your host, Justin Chan. We thank you for watching. Stay dry this afternoon, and we'll see you soon.